How do you make a sequel to one of the best shark movies next to Jaws? How? How do you do it? Well, the short answer is you don't. You don't. You take out all of what you liked about the first one and you throw it in the sequel. But you make it shit. You make it shit. This movie, not the worst shark movie, is not that good. It's just alright. But that's not a compliment. This movie's pretty shit. Likes? Well, there's a few things to like about it. Like, for one, I liked the fact that even though this was a low budget, they still built a set. Unlike sci-fi, where in this they actually built a set and it looked pretty close to the first one. It wasn't great, but the set at least looked decent. It at least looked like, okay, that's pretty good. And I like the fact that we don't have great white sharks in this. I like the fact that they're bull sharks. Even though there's a few scenes where they look like great whites, but that's okay. I'm okay with the bull sharks. It's still the same plot. The sharks are still vicious and they're still smart. And I guess the main actress is fine. She does an okay job. Not a good job. She does an okay job at acting in this movie. But otherwise, that's it. This movie has a lot of flaws. And unfortunately, I don't want it to. Because as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm kind of enjoying this movie. But at the same time, I'm not, because it's just like, it's a sequel to Deep Blue Sea. Like, what? If you were to throw a new title on this movie, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's a ripoff of Deep Blue Sea. And you probably just see it as like a standalone movie. But if having the sequel on it, having this be a sequel is just kind of weird because it's not that good. And it's just kind of weird. It's just there. I mean, you could throw this on the Sci-Fi Channel. And you would be like, yeah, it's a Sci-Fi Channel movie. But no, it's made by Warner Brothers. It's made by Warner Brothers. Oh, God. Where have we gone? But as dislikes, the scenes, they're just awkward in this movie. There's like so many weird scenes. There's like a scene where a guy drinks this magic potion and he like sees these blueprints and it never adds to anything. Apparently it was like the thing he was, because the whole plot of this movie is kind of like the first one, but it's different. The guys, okay, so in the first one it's about trying to make a cure for Alzheimer's. And to do that, they needed to make the sharks' brain smarter because they were too small to extract whatever, the brain cells or whatever. So they made the sharks smarter. In this one, they are testing the sharks because this guy thinks that robots will eventually take over the world, and if we make the human brain smarter, we can defend ourselves. But I'm thinking to myself, wait, then why do you need the sharks? What's the whole purpose of the sharks? This movie's about sharks, and there's kind of no reason. They, like, test it on the sharks, but yet the guy tests it. Okay, so the guy states, you know, we need to make humans smarter, right? To defend ourselves from robots in the future. But yet, in the movie, he drinks the thing. He's testing on the sharks to see if it works, to see if it makes the brain smarter, right? But he's drinking it himself, and he knows it's working. But yet he still continues to test it on the sharks. Why bother testing it on the sharks if you're testing it on yourself? Duh! There's no reason for the sharks to be in this movie, honestly. But they're there. And you know what? The bull sharks, even though they're in the movie, they're not the main threat. The main threat is fucking Baby Shark. Yes. The baby sharks. There's baby sharks in this movie. What the fuck? I did not like the baby sharks in this movie. They're just kind of like baby piranhas. You look at the poster. But what do we get? We get baby sharks attacking people. Not the bull sharks. Bull sharks kind of play a part in the movie, but they're not like the main threat. Not to mention, I didn't really care for any of the characters. Their acting was not that good for a Warner Brothers movie. What the fuck? And because this was a low budget, they had to make a set, and I will admit, it was very clever of them to change the lighting. So how they did it was they only built one set, right? They built one set, but to make it look bigger, what they did was they changed the filter to make it look red, blue, green, and orange. Yellow-ish. And I like that. But at times it gets annoying because it's so much. And the blue rooms were like really bright and it kind of like blurred my vision. What the fuck? Not to mention, the kills were pretty good. I don't know why I threw that in just right now. I should have said that earlier, but yeah, the kills are fun. But other than that, the movie's just forgettable. It's not the worst shark movie ever, but it's definitely not the best. But it's not a good shark movie. It's not. I don't really recommend you watch it, but fuck it, I know someone else is gonna watch it. I know I did. I bought the 2-movie collection. I would have to give this a 4.5 out of 10. 2 out of 5 and a D-. It could have been worse. I'll say that. My only question is, are they gonna make a third one? Because if they do, please make it better. Because this is not what I want a sequel to Deep Blue Sea to be.